The rise and fall of Baker Mayfield. From number one pick in the NFL draft to castaway, Baker Mayfield is currently facing a dark side in his career. From his high school football records to his NFL entry records, Baker has continuously shown his value as a player worth his salt, but unfortunately, that didn't seem to last long. Having faced his own fair share of controversy, ranging from his arrest record to his obsession with endorsements and his record slump, Mayfield is at a critical point in his career where he might have to prove himself all over again or be forgotten. Stick close as we take a closer look at his football journey right from the very beginning. Baker Mayfield has gone a long way from being in a financially challenged family to being top NFL news at the peak of his career. Let's start with his rise to fame, his high school career. Although Mayfield was born in Texas, he has always been a fan of Oklahoma right from his childhood, a Travis High School Cavaliers team. He started his first seasons with a good pace, which was just a glimpse of what he would accomplish soon in the future. Baker led the team to a 25-2 record in 2 seasons, and in 2011, he proved his worth as a young champion by leading the team to win the 4A state championship. So how did the rising star finish his high school football career? For a young champ, he gave very impressive results, with 6,255 passing yards, 67 touchdowns, with just 8 interceptions. That was remarkable. His college career. However, despite his high school record, he just got light recruitment and received scholarship offers from a number of schools and walk-on offers from about 3. His beloved Oklahoma was not on the list, so he moved to Texas Tech. Texas Tech era. He continued his football career there and initially wasn't given the opportunity to showcase his talent until an unfortunate back injury of the targeted starting quarterback. With Michael Brewer out of the way, he officially became the first walk-on true freshman quarterback to begin the FBS season at that position. At starting quarterback against SMU, he had a total of 413 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. And with his 43 completions out of 60 attempts, he broke a record held by Billy Joe Tolliver in the school. His impressive performance awarded him the Big 12 Conference Offensive Player of the Week name, and he became the first freshman Texas QB to be named as such for over a decade, which was the last person being the former Red Raider head coach Cliff Kingsbury in 1999. By the time the Red Raiders recorded a second victory over Stephen F. Austin, Baker's record had exceeded the record of the last true freshman quarterback at Texas Tech, Aaron Kesey, with his 780 season yards and 7 touchdowns exceeding the 755 yards and 6 touchdowns of Kesey. However, his winning streak came to a brief pause when he suffered a knee injury causing him to lose the position of starting QB to Davis Webb. Despite his injury, his total record for the season earned him Big 12 Conference Offensive Player of the Year in 2012, and he was even amongst the semifinals considered for the Bursworth Trophy. He finished the season with 218 completions out of 340 attempts, 12 touchdowns, 2,315 total yards, and 9 interceptions. Unfortunately, he couldn't continue playing on the field and had to watch Webb shine in his place. After he recovered from the injury, he did not return to play for Texas Tech due to issues relating to communication with the coach Cliff Kingsbury. According to Baker, Cliff had ignored him throughout his mid-season injury up until his recovery. Upon recovery, he expected to continue playing, but there was no word on it, and Cliff didn't make information regarding a scholarship for transferring clear. Therefore, Baker was unsure if he would receive a scholarship as a reason for transferring. When he got no clarification on the matter, he headed to his dream school, the University of Oklahoma. And guess what? He enrolled without even previously contacting the OU coaching staff, because he didn't want to wait out a season to clarify issues. When the scholarship allegation was brought before Cliff Kingsbury, he denied it outrightly. Nonetheless, the head coach in Oklahoma confirmed that Baker was eligible to walk on for the Oklahoma Sooners, but he would have to sit out the 2014 season. The season loss was attributed to an unsuccessful appeal of restrictions relating to his transfer. Oklahoma era. Come August 2015, Baker was named the starting QB for the Sooners after a head-on fight with the other quarterback Trevor Knight. The next month, he competed against Akron and recorded a 41-3 win. This was impressive, but it was nothing like the second game of the 2015 season, which pretty much defined Baker's career. Although the team had started slow, Baker made a terrific comeback from a 17-point deficit to win the game with a 31-24 in double overtime. By the end of 2015, he had a very impressive record that upped him to fourth place for the Heisman Trophy. Although he led the team to the 2015 Orange Bowl, the team later lost to Clemson. In 2016, he started with a loss to Houston, but picked up in the match against the Longhorns. And the next match, against his former team Texas Tech, was really fun to watch. He finished the match with a 66-59 victory, recording 545 passing yards and 7 touchdowns in an iconic rivalry against soon-to-be NFL quarterback Patrick Mahomes. After which, the team recorded back-to-back wins for the last 5 games of the regular season. In the Heisman Trophy voting for that year, Baker finished in third place, which was 1 place up compared to the last vote. Later on, in 2017, he led his team to a 35-19 victory against Auburn in the Sugar Bowl. He had finished the game with 296 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 19 completions out of 28 attempts. His impressive record for the game earned him the MVP award. 2017 was not a favorable year for the quarterback, as it started the beginning of his media and public backlash. The very first one involved an altercation with the police. He had been questioned for public intoxication, and he suddenly sprinted away before he was held down forcefully by the police, thereby adding more charges to his case. He was arrested and charged with public intoxication, fleeing and resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. The quarterback seemed incapable of holding his liquor, or he was most likely trashed out because he was reported to be shouting out obscenities when the police were trying to get a statement. He eventually got arraigned in court, and he pleaded not guilty to all charges. His punishment? Oklahoma made him undergo 35 hours of community service. However, he was not suspended from the team. Still, Baker offered a public apology which was not fully accepted by some, though. About 7 months after that, he faced his next public backlash. After winning against the Ohio State Buckeyes at Ohio Stadium, Baker got carried away with the victory and planted his team's flag right in the middle of the O, resulting in massive backlash for his actions. Baker had to make another official apology after that. Unfortunately, this was not the end of his apology train. The train made one last stop just 2 months after the stadium issue. The camera seemed to focus on the quarterback during an in-state match against Kansas. He was seen holding his crotch while mouthing curse words at the coach of the other team. He was basically seen making unnecessary anger-fueled comments throughout the match and had to make another public apology. This time around, he was punished for his actions. Head coach Lincoln Riley made an announcement that Baker would neither start for nor be the captain for the next game against West Virginia. After Baker had paid for his actions, he led his team to its 3rd straight Big 12 championship. When the championship game finally returned in 2017 after a 6-year hiatus. Ultimately, Baker finally won the Heisman Trophy that year, after coming close to winning for 2 years. With that win, he became the first and only walk-on player to ever win the trophy. His NFL career. After wrapping up his college career with a grand finish, he went on to the NFL as the first overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, and joined the Cleveland Browns for the 2018 season. In his very first NFL game, the starting quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, got injured and Baker led the team from a low 14-0 to a 21-17, subsequently ending the team's winless streak at 19 games. And the record setter set another record in his first game. This became his first record in his professional career. He became the first player in over 5 decades to come off the bench and win in his debut, throwing over 200 yards and leading his team to its first win of the season. With the last player to accomplish this being Fran Tarkington in 1961. In Week 5, Baker earned his first win as the Browns' official starter in the match against the Baltimore Ravens. The team recorded another victory with the Atlanta Falcons, and another the following week with the Cincinnati Bengals, granting the team their first away win since 2015. In Week 12, they suffered a loss to the Houston Texans, but in the next match, Baker sprung back up and recorded a victory over the Carolina Panthers. Then in Week 16, he led the team to a 26-18 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals. In the match, he recorded 284 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. At that point, he was at a high point in his career and won a number of rookie awards and set rookie records. He started the 2019 season pretty slow and blew 4 games, but he came back strong with a win against the Buffalo Bills and recorded a win against the Pittsburgh Steelers in a 21-7 victory. For the 2020 and the 2021 seasons, Mayfield was on and off, but the 2021 season was pretty low for the quarterback due to his injuries. After playing with his injuries and struggling on the field, it was announced that he would undergo surgery. Ultimately, in the 2022 offseason, the Browns traded for quarterback Deshaun Watson, and Mayfield was traded to the Carolina Panthers. And that was how he went from being a number 1 pick to a castaway. With Baker announced to be the starting QB for the Panthers for their upcoming games, we're curious to see if Baker would be able to rise back to the top. What are your thoughts on Baker Mayfield's transition from top player to castaway? We're eager to know what you think in the comments. Goodbye.